Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Feel like having a cup of joe. So I'm just going to pour myself a coffee from this. Wait a minute. This isn't a coffee machine. What the heck? Yeah, so this is not a coffee machine, though it looks like one. What this is our dehumidifier. It's from a company called EasyAcc. It says dehumidifier right on the front. And I just wanted to do a little quick review of this because my sister was kind of interested, and this has been a bit of a lifesaver for us. So we're in the bathroom, and so I'm not going to get a coffee here. We have noticed over time, because this particular bathroom doesn't have any windows in it, it's sort of an internal bathroom area, like my sister has. We were encountering a bit of like mold, mildew, something like that up on the ceiling. I'm going to insert here kind of a reproduction of it. I've taken some coffee and sort of spattered it just to give you an idea. That was the sort of thing that was up on our ceiling. I can't show you now because we cleaned all of that. But as part of the cleaning, my wife was like, yeah, but if we use vinegar and water and get that all cleaned up, which we did back in the summertime, the mold is just going to come back again. And we looked into this thing as a solution for that, and this works great. So I'll show you the unboxing and then we'll talk a bit more. Okay, so this is how the EasyAcc dehumidifier arrives. Very small little box, and got a separate power supply here. Just open that up. And you can see there, it's kind of unmarked, or no, it does have marks here. Class 2 power supply, bunch of stuff, not sure. Anyway, it's a power supply. You use this one, and I believe the instructions say don't use anything else. Yeah, EasyAcc dehumidifier cost me $60. Inside, here it is. Pretty straightforward, and even has a convenient little handle, so you can carry it around like a lunch pail if you really want. It does look very much like a coffee maker, really. Yeah, just don't put it in your kitchen. Don't have people accidentally think, oh, I think I'll pour myself a drink of this. And on the topic of drinking this, I'm going to talk about that later. Any fans of Dune? You will not be Muad'Dib. So yeah, the dehumidifier by EasyAcc. Again, it looks like a coffee machine. You know, people would very easily make that mistake. But what it does is, it's got a couple of neat features. You turn it on, and it will cycle through a bunch of different colors, which is handy like as a night light. If you need to use the, visit the little men's room in the middle of the night, and you don't want to wake up anybody, you don't want to have blaring bright lights like blinding you at 4 a.m. What you can do is just hit the power button once, and this very neat low light changing color thing, little laser thing. There you go, like a little disco show. That fires up, and it's a nice way to kind of navigate in the middle of the night. You also get cool air coming out of the top of this thing. And the way this thing works, I actually watched a guy, when we were considering getting this particular brand, we looked at some reviews online. There weren't a lot. That's why I'm doing this video. There was one channel, I can't remember who it was, maybe I'll put a link to it or whatever, but he described what's inside here, and it's kind of cool. Imagine a giant metal grill or fork kind of a thing in the back. In fact, he even opened it up. But imagine you got a big metal fork in the back that's refrigerated, or they've got a current going through that to cool it down, to make it very, very cold, like something you would use in a freezer. And then a fan blows air across that. And what that does is it begins to get condensation on it, and therefore that is the moisture that's in the air here. And then cool, dry air is blowing out the top, if that makes sense. That's the science behind it. Then what happens is you do gather water in the tray. It probably, for the two of us, we have to empty this out every 3 or 4 months, but it's not too bad. I'm going to talk a bit more about the water in a second. I was worried. Okay, here in North America, we've got these razor plugs that are kind of only for a handful of different devices like razors. And I thought, well, can we plug this thing in, or am I going to have to run an extension cord all the way into the bathroom? Luckily, no. It does work in a standard North America razor plug. We have left this thing on for days, not for days on end, but hours on end for many, many days. We've had this thing 6 or 8 months now. Never had a problem with it. The instructions do say use only that power supply. Don't be messing with anything, because I'm pretty sure they've got this thing well balanced and well adjusted to this particular power supply. So only use that one. But I was worried, and I kind of waited on doing this review because I thought, I want to see what our power bill is like. Leaving this thing on for 3 or 4 hours sometimes, because my wife gets up very, very early for her job, and then I'll saunter in here and the thing's been blowing away for 3 or 4 hours. Every day, what does that do to our power bill? Very little. We haven't really seen a big spike in consumption of electricity from this. So that's nice that it uses some kind of low power supply. Use the one that comes with it. You can plug it into the razor outlet, so that's great. And it does work. It's really, really good. And as mentioned, there's one thing to discuss when it comes to getting rid of the water. You would think to yourself, well, that's perfectly good water. Like, it came from me. Can I drink that? Can I use it? Do I want to embrace my sort of inner Paul Muad'Dib from Dune and use this since it came from my own body? I can consume it again. Surely I could drink this, maybe? But I think I would only recommend that if you live alone, because this is a combination of all of the elements that were floating around in the room here. Now, my wife and my cats have also been in this room a few times. Not that the cats use the bathroom here, but it's not just me in this room, and so as a result, there's all kinds of elements here from different sources. If you've ever seen the Mythbusters episode where they talk about, can you leave your toothbrush in a bathroom without any concern? No, Jamie himself even said there's poo everywhere. So that's what's connecting to the fork, and that's what's dripping down into here. So I would recommend just when it's full, dump it out in the sink. Best way to go. That's the best practice. And then away to go for another refuel. You'll be better off that way. I've been very, very happy with it. I like the little light feature. I think you can hold the power button, and if you hold the power button, I think it'll only be one color. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, that is the EasyAcc 1200 milliliter dehumidifier. A lot of people say at least get 1 liter, and this is the 1200, so this has been pretty good. We don't have to empty this out very often, and it's been a really, really good design. So I'm going to suggest for my sister and anybody else who has rising damp or issues similar to that, once you've cleaned it all off, get one of these. Okay, it doesn't change the color, whatever. Get a dehumidifier. This is a good one by EasyAcc. I'll put a link down below to the one that we bought. I've been very, very happy with it, and yeah, it's a good little device. So until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.